Do snake mites only live on snakes? Have you ever wondered if snake mites are exclusive to snakes, or if they might hitch a ride on other reptiles? Let's break it down. Snake mites, known scientifically as Ophionysus natracis, are small parasitic arthropods that primarily infest snakes. However, they are not limited to just snakes. These mites are ectoparasites, meaning they live on the outside of their host and feed on blood by piercing the skin, usually between the scales. While snakes are the most common hosts for these mites, they can also be found on other captive reptiles. This includes lizards and, less frequently, turtles and crocodiles. In rare cases, snake mites have been reported on other reptiles kept in captivity. However, infestations are most prevalent and problematic in snake collections. Interestingly, there is no strong evidence that snake mites naturally infest wild amphibians or insects. They do not typically target these groups as hosts. Snake mites thrive in environments where reptiles are kept close together, such as pet stores, breeding facilities, or private collections. They prefer warm, humid conditions, which are often maintained in reptile enclosures. This makes captive reptiles much more susceptible than wild populations. From the perspective of reptile health, snake mites are a concern mainly for reptiles, especially snakes. Amphibians and insects are not considered typical hosts for snake mites. However, if amphibians or insects share an enclosure with infested reptiles, they might come into contact with the mites. Still, the mites are not adapted to live or reproduce on these animals. For reptile keepers, regular inspection of all reptiles in a collection is essential. Look for signs of mites, such as tiny black specks moving on the skin or around the eyes. Quarantine new animals and thoroughly clean enclosures to help prevent mite outbreaks. It is important to treat all reptiles in a collection if mites are found, even if only one animal shows symptoms. Mites can spread quickly, so taking action is vital. In summary, snake mites do not live only on snakes, but they are most commonly found on snakes. They can also affect other captive reptiles. They are not a typical threat to amphibians or insects. Good enclosure hygiene and regular monitoring are essential for all reptiles in a collection.